What if I told you Britain is quietly building a fighter jet so advanced that it could make today's stealth planes look outdated the moment it enters the sky? And that this aircraft isn't just about war, but about power, pride, and survival in a changing world. For decades, the UK's air power rested on one aircraft, the Eurofighter Typhoon. Fast, agile, deadly. But the truth is, its fate was sealed the moment stealth, AI, and drone warfare became the new battlefield standard. While the US rolled out the F-22 and F-35, and China and Russia raced ahead with their own next-gen jets, Britain faced a brutal question: adapt or fall behind. This video isn't just about a new fighter jet. It's about why the UK chose to gamble billions on a sixth-generation aircraft, why some experts think it's genius, others think it's reckless, and why Tempest might redefine how wars are fought before a pilot even knows a battle has started. By the end of this video, you'll understand what makes Tempest different, why it scares rivals, and why its success, or failure, could reshape Britain's place in the global power hierarchy. But here's where the story gets risky. Because Tempest wasn't born from comfort. It was born from pressure. Political pressure. Technological pressure. And a very real fear inside Britain's defence circles. Losing relevance in the future of air combat. After Brexit, the UK found itself increasingly isolated from Europe's next-generation fighter plans. France and Germany moved forward without Britain. The easy option would have been to buy more American jets and quietly accept a supporting role. Instead, Britain chose the hard path, a moonshot. Then billions committed. Unproven technologies stacked on top of each other. Artificial intelligence, autonomous drones, laser weapons, next-generation engines, all promised in a single platform that hasn't even flown yet. Critics called it fantasy. Supporters called it necessary. And that's what makes Tempest fascinating. Because if it works, Britain leapfrogs ahead. If it fails, it becomes one of the most expensive defense gambles in modern history. So before we go any further, we need to answer one question that decides everything. What does sixth generation actually mean? And is Tempest really that different? Sixth generation fighter sounds like marketing jargon. A shiny label slapped onto an expensive aircraft to make it sound futuristic. But in reality, it's a hard line in military history. Fifth-generation jets like the F-35 are built around stealth. Sixth-generation jets are built around control. Control of information. Control of machines. Control of the battlefield before the enemy even knows they've been detected. Tempest isn't designed to fly into a fight. It's designed to orchestrate one. Instead of acting alone, it becomes the brain of a combat ecosystem. Commanding drones, feeding off satellites, fusing radar and infrared data, and letting AI make split-second decisions faster than any human ever could. And this is the key shift most people miss. The pilot is no longer the center of the aircraft. The system is. Which raises an uncomfortable question. If the jet is thinking, predicting, and reacting on its own, what exactly is the human still there for? Let's break that system down, because this is where Tempest stops sounding theoretical and starts sounding dangerous. First, stealth beyond stealth. Tempest isn't just shaped to dodge radar. Its materials, internal weapon bays, and heat management are designed to reduce detection across multiple spectrums: radar, infrared, and even emerging AI-based tracking systems. It's not about being invisible. It's about being unreadable. Then there's the AI co-pilot. Not a voice assistant, not an autopilot. A constantly learning digital partner that scans threats, predicts enemy movement, manages drones, and filters information so the human pilot isn't overwhelmed. If the pilot blacks out or gets disoriented, the system can take over. And that leads to one of Tempest's most radical ideas: modularity. This jet isn't locked into one role for its entire lifespan. Sensors, weapons, and electronic warfare systems are designed to be swapped like components. Today, it's configured for air superiority. Tomorrow, cyber warfare. The airframe stays. The mission evolves. But all of this only works because of one hidden advantage: power. Tempest's next-generation engines are built to generate massive onboard electricity, not just thrust. Enough power to support advanced sensors, electronic warfare, and even future laser weapons. And that's when the picture becomes clear. Tempest isn't just a fighter. It's a flying command center. And this is where the story stops being just about engineering and starts being about geopolitics. Because Britain isn't building Tempest alone. Italy, Sweden, and most surprisingly, Japan. Each partner brings something critical. Italy contributes aerospace manufacturing and systems integration. Sweden adds deep expertise in radar, electronic warfare, and survivability. And Japan brings advanced propulsion research, next-gen materials, and weapons development shaped by decades of preparing for high-tech conflict in the Pacific. But partnerships like this don't form by accident. They form when countries realize they're facing the same future. A future where relying entirely on American platforms comes with limits. A future where Europe is fragmented, and a future where China's military technology is advancing faster than anyone expected. Tempest is the answer to that future. It's not just a British jet. It's a shared bet by nations that don't want to be passengers in the next arms race. And make no mistake, this collaboration sends a message. To allies, Britain is still a leader. To rivals, this isn't a paper project. To critics, this jet is already shaping power before it ever flies. But ambition like this comes with a price. And the bill is massive. Tempest is expected to cost tens of billions before it ever reaches full service. That number alone is enough to divide a country. Supporters argue it secures high-tech jobs, preserves Britain's aerospace industry, and guarantees strategic independence for decades. Lose Tempest, and the UK risks becoming permanently dependent on foreign aircraft. Critics see something else. They see a program vulnerable to political shifts, budget cuts, and technological overreach. They ask whether a manned fighter still makes sense in a world racing toward autonomous drone swarms. Yet they question whether Tempest will even enter service on time, or become outdated the moment it does. And this is the real tension at the heart of the project. Tempest has to succeed before warfare changes again. Because if AI advances faster than expected, if drones become cheaper and deadlier, if budgets tighten, then Tempest doesn't just lose relevance. It becomes a symbol of betting on the wrong future. So imagine the battlefield it was built for. The fight begins before the enemy even knows a jet is in the air. Decoy drones trigger defenses. Sensors are jammed. Data links collapse. Somewhere beyond detection range, Tempest is already watching. The pilot isn't dogfighting. They're managing a digital war. AI sorts targets in milliseconds. Loyal wingman drones scout, strike, and sacrifice themselves if needed. Hypersonic weapons are prepared before a human commander could finish giving an order. Victory isn't decided by reflexes. It's decided by algorithms. And in that world, the side with the smartest system wins. Finally, the name itself tells the story. The original Hawker Tempest defended Britain during World War II, when the stakes were survival. Today's Tempest carries that legacy forward, not as nostalgia, but as intent. A refusal to step aside. A willingness to gamble on innovation. A declaration that Britain still wants a seat at the table where the future is decided. But history is unforgiving. Some revolutions change everything. Others are overtaken before they arrive. Tempest could redefine air combat for a generation, or it could be eclipsed by cheaper drones and faster AI. The first flights are coming, or the next decade will decide everything. And when Tempest finally takes to the sky, it won't just be a jet lifting off. It will be a question. Asked at Mach speed. Did Britain just build the future, or chase the past one last time?